Dr. Sue Ollerhead. I'm a lecturer in TESOLs and literacy in the School of Education, and my research looks at developing effective pedagogies for students for whom English is an additional language or dialect. We call them EALD learners. So in New South Wales we find that roughly 30% of students in secondary schools come from language backgrounds other than English, and 18% of those speak English as an additional language or dialect. So what we find is, because Australia's medium of instruction is English, many of our students experience some kind of difficulty with accessing the texts that underlie the mainstream curriculum, your science, geography, mathematics subjects. And research seems to suggest that teachers in those subjects don't feel particularly well equipped to meet the language and literacy needs of those learners. So my focus in this year's project is to focus in specifically on the needs of refugee background EALD learners. In New South Wales schools, roughly 1,500 newly arrived refugee background learners present in secondary school classrooms, and the Department of Education and Communities recognizes that refugee background learners in particular have specific complex language and literacy demands that are different from other newly arrived migrants. So that is really comes about as a result of having experienced disrupted schooling, and so their first language literacy is affected. We find that many secondary school teachers, while they appreciate the cultural and linguistic diversity of that EALD learners bring to their classrooms, many of them feel insufficiently equipped to meet the literacy and language demands of EALD learners. So we really need to come up with a far more wide-ranging, theoretically robust teacher learning program to better support EALD learners in particular.